Amity University presents the question of the week. Should there be criminal cases against bureaucrats and politicians who are meant to manage the quality of midday meals in Bihar? SMS NH space Y or N to 58888.
Amity University presents the News Hour with Arnab Goswami.
Uncooked, unhygienic and downright inedible. Absolute rubbish and garbage is being served in the name of midday meals in many government schools. Lizards, insects, rats and unthinkable objects were found in these meals every day. This is not food meant for children. This is simply garbage. Is this what the world's biggest food scheme can provide to the children of India? Can anyone eat this rubbish served every day to India's poor and hungry?
These flies on the food and insects on the grains don't shock these innocent children anymore, who are subjected to this garbage every single day in the form of a midday meal. In this Mirzapur school, the cook seems to have become oblivious to the presence of insects in the eatables, because every single food item in this kitchen is infested. These midday meal programs were supposed to provide the students with the much needed nutrition. But what you see on your screens looks like nothing but a pathetic excuse for a dal. In another part of the country, Amritsar, young students are threatened by the principal if they point out how unfit for consumption the food is.
खाने विच कई बारी वंड भी हुंदे ने सुनदियां भी हुंदियां पर जदों बोलीए ते अग्गों फिर प्रिंसीपल दी धमकी दिंदे हैं बोली दा चुप ही रहीदा भी छड्डो परे फिर घरों कई बारी घरों रोटी लिया खाई दी पानी बिल्कुल साफ नहीं जे पानी विच जंगाल पूरे काई लगी पई ठंडा भी नहीं टैंकी भी नहीं साफ ते टैंकी ते पता नहीं किन्ने सालां दी साफ होई होएगी मेरे सामने.
In this go down in Kolkata, 90% of the food grains have insects crawling all over it, which cannot be fed to any human being. But the children here are repeatedly given this infested food under the garb of a midday meal. In Barmer, the students can't decide what's worse, the burnt chapatis that they are fed regularly or these uncooked ones.
150 टाबरो खाना बनाते टाइम लगे
तो પછી की है कभी काचे ही बनने पड़े
भाई कभी काचे भी रहे और कोई बात है कौन कभी मोड़ हो जाए तो काचे भी रहे.
These pictures of contaminated and unhygienic food reflect the reality that millions of children in our country have to face every day. If you and I cannot even think of eating such food, how can we even imagine feeding such garbage to these children? Bureau Report, Times Now.
First on the news on the political debate, Rajiv Pratap Rudy of the BJP, General Secretary and Member of Parliament of the Rajya Sabha is taking on Devesh Thakur, leader of the JDU. Thank you very much, Mr. Rudy. First to you, Mr. Rudy, you were very quick yesterday to seize. Nowadays, it seems after you left the JDU, you are very quick to seize on every tragedy in Bihar since the end of your alliance. And you have talked about the insensitivity and callous attitude of the Chief Minister in particular. While I hold no defense for what the state government has done, I'd like you to explain why you were so quick to jump off the gun on the story yesterday in terms of politicizing it.
What do you expect a person from the opposition to do when you have seen it from your own? I don't think any one of them who appear on the television on behalf of the Janata Dal United, or for that the government has been to the spot. At least when I came to know about it at 5 o'clock in the evening, took a 6 o'clock flight, and at 11 o'clock I was there with those children who were dying. So when I have seen it with my own eyes what was happening, and here is Mr. Arnab Goswami saying that I was quick to take a dig at the government. What do you expect me to do when people are dying in front of me?
I expect you to. I would have expected you to say that you are partly and largely responsible as well for what has happened, because you exited the Bihar government only on the 16th of June. So the warning bells about the state of the midday meal schemes have been ringing since 2009.
No, my friend, I think you haven't heard me. The whole problem is with Mr. Arnab Goswami is hardly hears these days. He speaks first. What I said and what we have said, it's not, an accident can happen anywhere. It can happen in your studio right now. You cannot preempt every accident on earth. What we are saying is what was the sensitivity of the government. And it took, are you aware that the incident took place at 1 o'clock? The children started dropping on the floor at 1:30. It took them 5 hours to reach the civil hospital in Chhapra, and it took them 16 hours to reach a distance of 18 kilometers to Patna. And what the doctors in the PMCS had to say, that if this evacuation had taken place in time, possibly many of these children would have been saved. Here is the Chief Minister of Bihar, which you are trying to defend, and I find it very interesting that you have some good words for him. I have absolutely good words for him, but the only question which I would like to ask the Chief Minister, that the moment he came to know about it, he held a meeting and announced an ex gratia payment. Where in the world, before the actual head count is known, how many people die, here is a Chief Minister who announces the ex gratia payment much before he actually knows how many people have died. And then you want to spare a Chief Minister who has not counted the number. Instead of preparing an evacuation, he decides to announce an ex gratia payment. Is this not an
I think it is. I think I'll hand over to Devesh on that, but not before I just make a quick observation. Mr. Rudy, 1 minute. Mr. Rudy,
your own phrases.
Mr. Rudy, 1 minute. Mr. Rudy, you see, I'll tell you one thing. I am not as gifted as you think, and I certainly don't have the ability to hear what has not been said, which in your case you heard what I had not said, because I never praised Nitish Kumar in this case at all, which you said I did. That's point number one. This point number two, my question to you was that you exited the Bihar government on the 16th of June. The warning bells have been on since 2009. The tragedy occurs in July 2013. This is a result of the years of neglect and callousness by an administration of which you were a part of till very recently, and therefore my question, which you did not hear, was how you could wash your hands off this incident then. But before you respond to that, I want Devesh Thakur to respond to the charge of callousness that you put. Devesh Thakur, your response to Rajiv Rudy.
Arnav, with the due respect to the seniority and smartness of Mr. Rudy, I am really very glad, he being a pilot himself, and he flies even now. We all know that he could reach there, and he should have, and he did, which is very nice of him. I must say he's done some very good work if he reached there in time, and he was sensitive enough to go to the children. Number one. Now I will not, you see, in the magnitude of the accident that took place, it was very unfortunate. We are very sad, and we are sad it has happened. If it had to happen, it should not have happened when we are there, but it has happened. There's no doubt about it. It has happened, and we are very sad. It's really very unfortunate. But you must agree, in most of the accidents or tragedies of such magnitude that happens, our response, the country, in this country, I'm not saying our does not mean Bihar government, the response is not as quick, as fast as it should be, and the infrastructure that we have is not really there in a good enough to deal with such situations. There's no doubt about it. But that does not mean that the government at the topmost level is insensitive or
If Rajiv Rudy could reach there, why did Nitish Kumar? Why has Nitish Kumar, the country's such a huge colossal tragedy has taken place in Bihar, and it's not about the symbolism of a political leader reaching there, but I want to ask you, why has Nitish Kumar so far avoided visiting the hospital or the village where the incident has taken place? Why has he not come out and made a detailed public statement on it? Does that not reflect extreme insensitivity and indifference at a time when such a tragedy has taken place?
Arnav, there's no question of indifference. Mr. Shahid, the Education Minister, was in the hospital last night for 4 hours.
Oh God!
He, as you said, a detailed explanation. We all want a detailed explanation. It is for a Chief Minister to wait for to find out exactly the details what has happened, and then come out to the public with everything. You don't want him to come every minute and say something.
Mr. Shahi said it's a political conspiracy. Mr. Shahi said it's a political conspiracy. That's what he said. And why see this incident in isolation? Why see this incident in isolation? I can prove to you, and I thought that Mr. Rudy also would accept the fact that the problem today has been identified by the CAG, by the Planning Commission, and by the HRD Ministry. I think both the sides today, since you were running the government for the last, I think since 2005, Mr. Rudy, should accept that you ignored the warning signs for a period of 8 years. So you can fight among yourselves, but that doesn't answer my question.
Can I come in?
Just let me finish. Just let me finish. We are not fighting at all. We are not here to fight. We are here to do things better. If we have not been able to do anything better in the past, we want to learn from this. We want to learn from our mistakes. We want to take up the challenge and do something better. But what I was telling you is, now this is an incident. I don't want to go. I don't want to comment on what the Education Minister, Mr. Shahi, said. But this has happened at such a lower and local level. And you know, the whole day TV today, they showed there are about 66 children have fainted after MDM meals in Tamil Nadu. They have shown there were insects.
So what? What are you trying to say? No, what are you trying to say that things happen at a lower local level? So
what I am telling you, what I am telling you is that system is not good enough. That the whole scheme is defective.
Who runs the system? Who runs the system?
You might hear more of this all across the country.
Who runs the system?
You might hear more of this all across the country. That's what I am telling you.
Who runs the system?
Is defective. That
who runs
scheme
the
is
system?
defective.
Who was running the system when 27 students of a school in Samastipur fell ill in 2010? Who ran the system, Rajiv Rudi, when more than 25 students of a school fell ill in Nalanda in July 2009?
Not till the lowest level.
No, you don't take it seriously. That's the problem. That's the general view, Mr. Rudi. That includes you as well. You as in your party, which was in power.
Well, let me talk, Mr. Arnab Goswami. I said that accidents do happen. There is absolutely an admissible fact that the system of governance across the country is bad. What I am saying is that there is a government which, the accident happens, 20 people die instantly in a train accident. You can't do much. You go operate the relief operations. What we are saying here is the reaction of the government, the Chief Minister in full know of the situation, did not find it pertinent to monitor the evacuation of these children, and the children did not die.
Why are you only concerned? Okay, I understand.
Just a second.
No. I take the point. Why are you only focusing on the evacuation?
Mr. Arnab Goswami, the whole problem is you have never visited villages. You never go out.
I am really sorry, Mr. Rajiv Rudi, if you make such an assumption. I think it's very wrong of you to try and make a generalization which has absolutely no basis, and I request you not to make sweeping comments. I have travelled across more villages of India than you, both as a student and as a... So I don't need that certificate from Rajiv Rudi.
Just relax.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Your conversation indicates that you want to sit back in the studio. What I am trying to, just want to be the top of everything. No. Here the question is, this particular incident has happened, 23 children have died.
Yes.
I have seen these children dying in front of me because in a hospital there or while transport there was a decision. This is the lack of decision which has killed the 23 people. And if the decision while the Chief Minister was sitting in Patna announcing an ex gratia payment.
You are only talking about the evacuation. You are refusing to talk about what has led to it.
My friend, I'm talking about administration. The Chief Minister in know of a situation was sitting back announcing ex gratia. Instead he should have monitored the evacuation of those children.
Mr. Rudi,
why can't anyone answer this?
Mr. Rudi,
he does not even have a sympathy to go across to these people and share their grief.
Mr. Rudi, you have a very, I must say, you have a very narrow focus today, which is on evacuation. I can see that it is
process. You sit and talk everything which is broad.
Mr. Rudi, when I get specific, Mr. Rudi, a point on evacuation is taken. Who was in power in Bihar? What has led to this situation? How many such incidents have happened? Why should I not ask that question? And is your only response to that asking me how many villages I have gone to?
Relax. Who has been in power in this country for 60 years?
Who has been in power in Bihar?
When we have to discuss a political we know that the entire political process in this country and the administrative process and the government mechanism is collapsing. We can have a separate debate. Mr. Arnab Goswami puts me there and I can tell you,
Mr. Rudi,
I'm here to discuss the death of 23 children in front of your eyes.
Yes.
Due to sheer negligence.
Negligence of the system.
Poison, yes. That we will talk.
Negligence.
What's happening in the system?
Negligence. And Mr. Rudi, as far as I am aware,
have died. 23 children have died. They were toddlers. They have died in front of my eyes. I have seen. Does it take 16 hours for a government to bring children from a place which has all the facilities, ambulance, district magistrate,
Mr. Rudi,
DM is there.
Mr. Rudi, Mr. Rudi, now I just want, let's get a third view. Listen to me. Mr. Rudi, first of all, Mr. Rudi, let me make a point that even if the evacuation was bad and Nitish Kumar did a damn bad job, I take your view, okay, he did a damn bad job, they should have done better. It doesn't do away with the the fact that for 9 years before that, 8 years before that, you were in power, and your government's implementation of the midday meal scheme, Mr. Rudy.
There have been system, this is funny, there is a system of government in this country for 60 years.
Mr. Rudy,
accidents, incidents,
I don't understand.
do happen.
I don't understand.
My question is, you will not understand because you want to...
Mr. Rudy, you're not even listening.
We know that the system is bad. I'm talking about the man who's standing next to the situation. I'm talking about the chief minister who has all the means.
Mr.
What
Rudy.
was the action taken by... Let's forget everything.
Mr. Rudy,
what was the action taken by Honorable Nitish Kumar when this incident happened? Tell me, what was the action?
Mr. Rudy,
Are you aware?
Mr. Rudy,
Arnab Goswami, what did he do?
Mr. Rudy, let me tell you this, that I do know, Mr. Rudy, I do know, Mr. Rudy, that you swear by the CAG report on occasion. I want
Let's discuss that. Let's talk about the CAG report, the whole government, the midday meals, the roads in this country, the electricity in the country.
Why are you
the people are dying in villages, the medical. We all know that. We are a part of the system.
Why are you being so dismissive about it?
Let's hold that debate separately.
Why should we hold it separately? Why should we hold it separately?
Find out what happened in Bihar that day.
Yeah, why should I hold it separately? This is exactly the problem, Mr. Rudy.
Then let discussion.
Well, Mr. Rudy, because if you allow me to complete a sentence, please, let me tell you this. Mr. Rudy, please understand. Mr. Rudy, please understand. Please, for God's sake, just give me a minute. In 2009, the CAG...
You first decide whether you want to discuss this incident or you want to discuss what is happening bad in this country.
Mr. Rudy, I think you are being extremely...
But today, what is the failure of Mr. Nitish Kumar?
Mr. Rudy,
has to be told to the country that he failed. He failed to... The death took place mainly because he failed to evacuate the children in time. 80 kilometers, 15 hours, the chief minister sitting there and announcing an ex gratia payment instead of organizing the evacuation.
Mr. Rudy, please...
question. And if you can't understand this, we cannot debate anymore.
I'm going to go to Manisha Prem. Just a minute, Mr. Rudy. Just please hear the other side. Here I find that, it's very interesting. The politicians want to take the debate in a certain track. Is there a level of accountability that both these...
call politicians if you don't want to...
Well, Mr. Rudy, let me please tell you this, please. Just hear me out for a minute. You believe the CAG report when it comes to the CWG scam. You don't want to believe the CAG report on the CAG report on mandatory quality checks. Mandatory quality checks were not happening. The kitchen sheds were in a terrible state. Your entire midday meal scheme was in tatters in 2009. You were blind to it at that point of time, and you don't want me to talk about it tonight. If action had been taken, if action had been taken, then these children would not have died. It's as simple as that. But let me get Manisha Prem. Let me get Manisha Prem. What do you think?
Look, the point is that it's simpler in Bihar to do something which is called Rajnitik Roti Sekna, but power is unable to cook, political power is unable to cook a square meal for children in schools. That's the starkness of the situation. And I disagree with both Mr. Rudy and Mr. Thakur, who both of them think this is an accident. This is only the outcome of the way the system was functioning. To the south of the Vindhyas, you can be sure that you can go to a school in Andhra Pradesh and get a square meal, but not in one school of Bihar. Name any district and name whether Mr. Rudy or Mr. Thakur, whether they've gone ordinarily to the schools and have sat on the floor and eaten these meals.
I don't think you have seen the television today showing the schools of Andhra Pradesh.
I roam around to schools. No, if you can shout, then I can shout also.
We have seen the kitchens of midday meals of Andhra Pradesh today in the whole of
has been so bad in Bihar that even rats would have refused to eat those meals. The point is that the children of the poor are treated on a continuum with animals in the state, and it doesn't. Yes, I do. Yes, I do visit schools. I do eat midday meals in schools. I see schools regularly. That's one of the things I do. And let us not challenge each other on facts. Today should have been the day when a white flag should have been taken by all political parties, and you should have come together to say, yes, we hang our heads in shame. Many years, 60 years of having run this whole system, we've been unable to give children of the poor a square meal at schools. Now don't try and tell us that this was poisoned and that can was bad. Well, the tank, there are prescribed utensils in which you keep those things. So how does poison come to a school, and then your education minister goes looking at the caste background of the principal. Is that what the state is all about?
Answer
at
that,
least
Mr.
today,
Devesh
in a
Thakur.
war at least, you have a white flag flowing, all political parties come together and own it up as a tragedy, and that is what it is.
And I've been
So
saying
somewhere
this.
along the way, you know, you have to get together and shore up a system.
Because I'm sorry,
Shore up a system
I'm
which is
sorry, Mr.
abysmal to
Devesh
these
Thakur.
children.
I'm sorry, Mr. Devesh Thakur, but you know, Mr. Rudy had to go. But I'll tell you this: the nature of the responses makes me worry and feel that political parties want to decide the contours of this debate. So the BJP and Nitish and the JDU want to limit this debate to whether Nitish Kumar went there on time, because it's a very convenient debate for both of you. Because you don't want to talk about how the whole midday meal scheme was a ghastly disaster, and you were told, your government was told, your bureaucrats were told, your officers were told, you knew this could happen.
I want to tell you.
You knew. No, my
respond.
point is simple, sir. It's a very simple point. I will prove to you. I will prove to you that this. I will prove to you that you knew that children's lives were at risk. And I only want to know one question: why on earth, Mr. Devesh Thakur, when you know the lives of children are at risk, do you not do anything? Why on earth do you not do anything when you know children's lives are at risk?
Can I respond?
Yes, please.
Now, when I say it is happening everywhere, I do not want to cover up my whatever has happened in Bihar. Please, don't go to that. Now, Madam Manisha put this thing on Andhra Pradesh. Whole day today, Arnab, we have seen the midday meal kitchens of Andhra Pradesh. If you also saw them, I think you'll agree with me.
So what
there were more than 60 children who have fainted today in Tamil Nadu.
So what?
They have fainted today in Tamil Nadu.
No. So yes,
cockroaches and moths in midday meal kitchens.
Yes. Right now, you want me to tell you, Mr. Devesh Thakur.
You have said what you want.
I will tell you because
can I say something at this stage?
No, what's your point?
No, you can't, because you have already said what you wanted to. Now let me respond.
Mr. Thakur and Mr. Rudy.
No, let me respond. No, ma'am, I won't let you. Let me respond. You said what you wanted to.
Senseless charges against each other.
No, please let me respond.
Thakur and Mr. Rudy, you know, hurling. 1 minute, Mr. Thakur, please. Now have some patience. I won't take more than 1 minute.
You already said what you wanted to.
No, that's Ranjana Kumari. What's Devesh Thakur? Devesh Thakur, that's Ranjana Kumari, not Manisha Priyam. 1 second. Let Ranjana Kumari come in. Then I'll come back to you, Mr. Thakur.
So you ask me a question, Arnab. If you don't want me to answer, don't ask me a question.
I do want you to answer, but please just hear Ranjana Kumari and come back.
Let me complete my point.
23 children. No, Mr. Thakur, your answer has come in death of 23
better than you.
children.
It's not that only
I
you
think
know
what you talked about.
We know that
1
very
minute.
well.
We know that
very well, and we are no less sadder.
You are not doing any good to your constituency. You are not doing any good to the people. You are not doing.
I don't need you to tell me what to do in my constituency, please. Please let us stick to this discussion.
This arrogance is going to take you nowhere.
I don't need you to tell me what I have done in my constituency.
You talked, Mr. Thakur, you talked about lower and local level. I think you want to keep people at lower and local level. The irresponsible,
not at all you. That might be your views.
Absolutely.
That might be your views, madam. That might be your views.
No, because
and I'm sorry.
way of treating.
I'm sorry. That might be your views.
No, Mr. Thakur, you have to. You
that
have
might be
to
your views. I'm sorry.
You cannot. The whole nation is watching this debate. Your government, your people are responsible, and this is criminal neglect. Let me tell you, this is criminal neglect, because of which these children have died. And if this was a country and a state with any kind of justice system, all the people would have been in jail. Everybody responsible for killing 23 children by feeding them poisonous food would have been in jail. But this is the tragedy of our country, that, you know, in Nalanda, in Samastipur.
So you don't think it is necessary to find out who is responsible for this?
Number of neglect like this. And
you don't think it is necessary to find out who is actually responsible for this?
You tell me, why are you people
you don't want to find out the cause of the negligence.
Who is responsible?
You don't want to find out the people responsible for this. You don't want to find out the people responsible for this.
Who is responsible?
You want to make a sweeping statement.
No.
You want to make a sweeping statement that the whole of Bihar, every person of the government of Bihar is responsible for this.
No, where is the monitoring system?
You don't want to find out who is responsible.
Where is the monitoring system for this food?
food. No, Mr. Thakur, where is
I'll
the
tell you, let me listen. If you are ready to listen to me, I'll tell you what is the monitoring system.
Why are you not taking responsibility? Why this shameless accusation and charges and counter charges? Why? Who are you trying to convince
Who
by
is accusing
shouting?
anyone
They
else?
can shout louder than
Will you listen?
But let me tell you, Mr. Thakur, you are accountable.
No, you won't be able to. I'm sorry, you won't be able to.
You have to give
You won't be
answers
able
to
to. You won't be able to. Arnav, is this the level?
Ranjana Kumari and Devesh Thakur, 1 minute, please. 1 minute. You see, 1 minute, please. I
No, 1 second.
No, Mr. Thakur, Mr. Thakur, I'll tell you.
Is this what you want us to do?
Mr. Thakur, no, I tell you.
Is this what you want to do? You
Mr.
want
Thakur,
me to just go on shouting?
Mr. Thakur,
you don't want anyone to listen to
Mr.
Ranjana.
Thakur, I'm asking you. I'm
You are
asking you.
shouting
I
more
can
than
do that.
anybody
I can stop anyone from shouting.
I'm
You are
asking you,
shouting
Mr.
more than
Thakur.
anybody else.
I'm asking you, what
You
is
want
the
us to
shouting?
do that?
Mr. Thakur,
What sweeping statements? How does she have a right to go on making sweeping statements?
1 second. No, 1 second. First of all, Mr. Thakur, let's just calm down.
This is not on.
Mr. Thakur, 1 minute. Mr. 1 minute.
There's no question of calming down. Ask her to shut up. What is the question of calming down?
Mr. Thakur, let's maintain the civility in the debate. Let's maintain the civility in the debate.
She goes on like this, go on saying, making statements like this. This is not on.
No, Mr. Thakur, tell me one thing. Mr. Thakur, I have great respect for you, but you must tell me.
I was answering.
Mr. Thakur.
She butted in, and you are allowing her to just go on and on, whatever she wants, she can go on say.
Yes, Mr. Thakur.
An incident has happened.
Mr. Thakur.
It is most unfortunate. We are sad about it. Nothing less sad about it.
Why are you getting so touchy about it?
Every person in Bihar government is responsible for that. Is it not the duty of the government also to find out who has done that?
Mr. Thakur, I say tonight with the greatest of responsibility. Mr. Thakur, let me say tonight with the greatest of responsibility, your government is responsible.
No,
your education minister is responsible. Your bureaucrats are responsible. You cannot hold a contractor responsible because the quality management system is in the hands of the government, not that of the contractor. And I have every right to ask you that today. What was your quality management system for the children?
See the defects in the scheme. Try and improve that.
Try and prove what?
It's a central government scheme. Try and improve that. See how difficult it is to monitor that. Will you listen to me on that?
It is the
you don't want to do that.
The implementation
no
of
one wants to listen to that.
No, the implementation of the midday meal scheme is in the hands of the state government.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. The implementation of the midday scheme.
Sorry.
One second.
It is the implementation of the midday meal is a part of the state government. Who is denying that? Did we ever deny that?
Then why didn't you do a job? Why didn't you do a job when there were warnings in 2009 by the CAG, 2010 by the Planning Commission and by the HRD
Ministry? You allow me
Ministry?
to speak, or you want again someone to come and button and go on blah blah blah? That's what you're doing.
Answer my question. Why didn't you act?
Yes, I want to answer your question if you want to listen to it and if you want people to listen to it.
1 second.
Now the midday scheme, you see it's a very pious scheme, definitely a very ambitious scheme. It should go on. But you tell me there are more than 50,000 schools in a state and you send money to cook, to get for the procurement of the grains, to cook the vegetables and everything. And that who is the monitoring level? The monitoring goes on, the committee goes on. But actually on the ground level, who is doing it? It is maybe the principal, maybe the secretary. The secretary is the guardian of one of the students of the education committee over there.
No. Bijon Mishra is contradicting you. Let him contradict you, sir.
Every day.
Sir, no, sir.
No,
sir. No, sir. Bijon Mishra is coming in. I let Bijon Mishra come in.
You have to run a government if you cannot manage
Dr.
it.
Thakur, Mr. Thakur,
you come and run a government, ma'am. You run Thakur. I think you are the best Prime Minister of the
Mr. Thakur,
definitely you come.
Mr. Thakur, can I get your attention for 2 minutes, please?
Go ahead.
Please do. Please.
See, first I would like to explain to you, accidents do not happen, they are caused. Accidents happen due to certain faults in
accidents
the system.
Do happen
and
it's not necessarily caused.
No,
I'm sorry. Anyway, please carry on.
Do not equate accidents with calamities. Accidents happen because the system doesn't work, and that's why accidents are caused. Accidents do not happen just like that. That's my number one, answer, and I hope the BJP President Rajnath Singh is listening to this. What I want to tell you today is, you all sit in the parliament, legislate a law which was known as the Food Adulteration Act in 1954, which empowers people to ensure that the quality of food which is distributed, it is as per standard. And when this noble scheme was brought in, Nowhere the scheme said that you will give substandard food. You will give nutritious, wholesome food to the children. And it was as per standard of the PFA of 1954, which you people sat in the parliament and enacted. When you sit and take away public money to enact a law, don't you take the responsibility to implement that also? That's my first question. The second question is, when we saw lacunas in the Prevention of Food Adulteration Act, we brought in a more modern law, which is known as the Food Safety and Standard Law 2006. In 2006, when we brought this law, we expected the state governments to implement this law in letter and spirit. Till date, the state food authorities are not working, not only in Bihar, I am saying pan-India, they are not working as efficiently as they should be, as per the law. What my only request to you people are, that you people are elected representatives who are custodian of the law. And if you people cannot look after the law, then why legislate such laws?
Absolutely, absolutely. And will in
I
your,
want only
will in
an
your,
answer from you on that. Why do you spend
which is
time to legislate a law which you can't implement?
It's a straightforward point. Mr. Thakur, just have will you have pesticides in your food in your Vidhan Sabha and Parliament canteens where food is subsidized anyway? And what if that were to happen?
And you find
what tomorrow in Parliament canteen or Vidhan Sabha canteen, if someone put pesticides in your food and organic phosphorus goes into your diet? I want to know how MLAs and MPs will react. Will it shake your conscience then, sir? And even then, will you tell because you are factually wrong?
We will react the same way.
Because
whatever has happened, we told you it's most unfortunate.
No, and most unfortunate.
There's no doubt about it.
No. You make a difference. You make 2 points.
But it's a question as to how it has happened.
No, Mr.
Who are
Thakur,
the people responsible, and what are the things we can now do to improve the system?
Mr. Thakur, you make 2 points. You made 2 points. Your first point was that it happens all over India, and your second point was that state government can't be responsible. It's a micro local thing. Okay, yes, it happens all over India, and I think all politicians, including you, should hang your heads in shame, because in Barmer uncooked food is served, in Udaipur dead lizards and rats are there in the food, in Madhubani there are lizards in food, in Amritsar there are insects, in Delhi there are spurious iron tablets, in Mirzapur there are insects, in Neyveli there is contaminated food, in Kolkata there are food is infested with bugs, and in Dhule there is contaminated water. Yes, I want to find the fault. Yes, I want to find the fault, because it is your job to find the solution. It is your job to find the solutions. You are elected to find the solution.
Well, of course it is, and that's why we want to do it. We want to do it.
No, you.
Yeah, of course I want to listen. I want to do it, and I don't want to listen to the blah blah and the rubbish that people come and say on your channel.
We have solutions. We have solutions. Nobody wants to listen to us.
No, you are not giving any solutions. You have not given any solutions. I'm sorry. You have not given any solutions. You are here just to point fingers.
We have. We
want to look for solutions. Ultimately, the solutions will come from us. Definitely.
We have given 20 times to the state government. They don't want to listen to us.
There are reports after reports, Arnav, which has been done, created by so many of us evaluating these programs. But who has ever looked at those reports? Evaluation of each of these programs have been done. All these facts and data that you are reeling out is all available everywhere. But these people, if they find time from all kinds of, the things that are going on in the country at the moment, if politicians pay, because this is about the lives of our children. It is lives about our poor children, and that is what they consider. When we are asking questions, it sounds like blah blah in their ears. But I think it's important for them to go through these evaluation reports and see
100%.
how the system can be put into the place. But who has the time to do that? I think the solution I have, Arnav, and that is feed this food to the politicians who are really not bothered about what our children are eating in the school.
Now, Manisha Priyam, Devesh Thakur's other argument was this, that you cannot, Manisha Priyam, Devesh Thakur says you cannot blame the state government, it's a micro-local thing. As far as I know, it is the Nitish Kumar government which had to set up the steering and monitoring committee at the state, district and block level to monitor implementation of the program. It is every state government which is responsible, but on the program tonight, Devesh Thakur is trying to wash his hands of that responsibility, saying it's a micro-local thing.
No,
Can he be?
I'm not, sorry.
Of course you are.
No, I'm not.
Of course you are.
I'm just saying, I am only saying that things trickle down to the lowest level. This is an unfortunate singular incident, definitely.
It's not a singular incident, it is unfortunate, but it's not singular.
No, it is not.
No, Manisha Priyam is responding. Manisha Priyam to Devesh Thakur, please. Yes.
You're not willing to learn the lesson.
Manisha Priyam.
The quality of midday meal is consistently poor in Bihar. For Mr. Devesh Kumar's knowledge, I have been to schools in Gaya, I have been to schools in Purnia, Baisi. You know, there are schools where midday meals have not been served up to 3 or 4 months in places in Baisi. But it's not just his government. Let's just take it back slightly. Even Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav's government dragged its foot on the entire midday meal scheme. So there's a consensus across political parties not to feed the children of the poor in Bihar.
Why?
The point is that this is not an accident. Poor quality of food, state government not being concerned about it, it being the responsibility of the cook or the principal, and now they'll suddenly hear, oh, we can't cook a meal, let's give them dry ration. And there'll be another lobby that will come in with dry ration. The point is, if a state government cannot give a square meal to children for which enough provisioning has been done, I think there should just voluntarily be some resignations down the line of political heads who take this as their onus. I mean, you can't say, oh, this was the cook's fault. This is not a solitary incident. You know, there are standards in terms of how food is to be stored. How come this container of pesticides lands up in the school campus? This is not in the prescribed this thing that oil has to be stored in containers that you feel like. Were there committees in place? Do politicians regularly go to school point and eat with children? Do you know that there are prejudiced caste practices that go campuses? Children of the upper caste will eat in one corner, another caste will eat in another corner, girls will eat there, take their plates, eat in some other room. There are gender practices, there are caste practices. You don't want to, you know, really put your hand in all that. All that most governments, including yours, are concerned with is how to get the votes of the poor. Meal of the poor is not your problem. Supply side is fine. You are happy with the food security bill. The midday meal is nothing else but an operationalization of the food security bill.
We don't look after the poor, is it?
It's a part of that.
You think we get the vote of the poor without looking after them, is it?
You are happy with more grains coming, but you are not happy when you have to do things on the other side. Cooking a meal is the responsibility of women, not of politicians.
Yes, I would also say, Mr. Devesh Thakur, that you don't take care of the poor.
Not politicians.
You don't take care of the poor children, because let me quote to you now from a research which Manisha Priyam has done from a thesis. I am now quoting what happens in the Gaya district. The children get MDM only 5 to 7 days in a month, and even on these days they do not get a full meal. They are served only 1 or 2 spoonfuls of food, and then they are asked to leave. The Dai, that is the maid servant to cook the midday meal, has been appointed by the Mukhya. He took advice from no one regarding the matter. I am asking you today, sir, well, anecdotal evidence. You think any academic is going to make this up? That you give 1 or 2 spoons of rice to a child? So that child is hungry. So the child who is taking the poisoned food and who has died is also a child who is left hungry by your system. And I think that is, if that you consider taking care of poor children, I'm sorry, Mr. Devesh Thakur, you've got it all wrong. In 2009, 2010 and in 2013, 3 reports told you how wrong you were. I don't know why you think just because you're a politician you know everything and everybody else knows nothing. I don't understand why you discount the reality that you have been told.
Absolutely. There's no, I can put the same blame squarely on you.
Sure you can.
Whatever you think of politicians is right and everything else is wrong. I can put that same blame on you. What I was telling you, what I wanted to tell you, what Madam Manisha just said.
Say you are sorry.
The storage of food.
Each newspaper.
Now what Madam Manisha just said regarding the storage of grains.
We are sorry.
There is no place to store the grains in the school. It is the principal, it is the secretary who store the grains in their offices. There's no proper place for the storage of the grains. That is true. That's what I'm telling you. That is where they get contaminated. The principal has to keep those grains, the rice, the dal, everything in those bags which have come from the SFC, from the State Fertilizer Corporation or the Food Corporation of India godowns. They come and they are put in the offices of the principal.
Your state.
Where is the place to store them? That is where they get contaminated.
Mr. Thakur.
It is happening everywhere. Not in one school in Bihar. It is happening everywhere.
You see the gap between
you have not made any proper the storage of those grains over there.
And by the way, Mr. Thakur, you can throw any accusation at me, throw anything anything at me. I am happy. In fact, I take every accusation and brickbat thrown at me by politicians as a compliment nowadays.
You can go on blaming.
Mr. Thakur, I am saying one thing to you.
I don't think that's the one right.
Mr. Thakur, I am saying one thing to you. Here is another part of the research. One second. In Purnia district, right? Purnia district famous for Bahubalis like Papu Yadav. Okay, Purnia district. This is what is found in Purnia district by Manisha Priyam. The quality of rice is poor. Insects crawl around it. Children fall sick after eating the khichdi. Many parents feel either the quality of the food should be improved or the meal should be stopped altogether. This is a focus group discussion in Nimatol village in Purnia district. So people have gone and found this reality. You have been told. I am asking you tonight.
Am I denying that?
Then why didn't you do anything?
Am I denying that?
Why have you not done anything?
I am saying I personally, it's not my party stand. I personally don't find this to be a very possible, practically possible scheme. You know, such decentralization, such massive.
Oh, so now you want to close the scheme?
Cooking for them, storing for them. I don't know how it is practically possible. That's what I'm telling you.
Ranjana Kumari, now Devesh Thakur is taking a different track. Devesh Thakur says
capacity. So there is no storage places.
Okay, so you.
One
second, Ranjana Kumari.
Arnav, I think there is very big gap between what is the reality and what is the knowledge and understanding of the whole issue of Mr. Thakur. You can easily see that from the way he is trying to, shout out or give irrational arguments talking about lower and lower level people, and now finally he has come to the conclusion that we cannot handle and manage this scheme, so we might as well close this scheme because it cannot be handled by his government. So I think this is really time to take accountability, responsibility. Go through those reports. There are 3 reports I have mentioned to you. Let me finish. Let me finish.
I have not said no.
Let me finish.
Let her finish.
Go through the report. Please go through Manisha's study. Please go through all information available out there to be able to streamline and to put the system in place. Please, our children and poor children's life is as valuable as our mine and yours and other people. So please don't try to just kind of try to give these kind of arguments. Please go through the report. There are systems suggested. There are ways and means to correct all this. Please do that instead of trying to irrationally put everything as
now what emerges,
people like us are responsible and you sitting in governance are not responsible.
Bejon Mishra, last word to you. Bejon Mishra. Yeah. This problem happens from Udaipur to Amritsar to Delhi to Mirzapur to Kolkata to Dhule. All over the country.
I would like to plead to the politicians, please bear with us for some time and understand what we are trying to say. If you can't run a scheme, tell that planning commission that you don't need this money, don't do it.
Precisely.
Please don't make the children die.
Yeah, exactly.
You see, if you are not ready to handle a scheme, go ahead and tell the planning commission that you don't need this money. So at least this money could have been used for something better.
Yeah.
My only issue is that you take this money, siphon it in a manner which suits you the most. So what I would request you is, don't take the money if you can't handle it and use it in an efficient manner which will give that benefit to the people.
Mr. Mishra, allow me just one thing.
Please.
I agree.
Please.
I agree with you. Such sensitive, such important, such ambitious schemes should not be given to the state governments to handle, should not be given to the state government machinery to handle. It should be handled by an independent agency.
Oh, so
what more can you
of doing
ask for?
No, but
you are saying
Why do you want to give it to the state government? Everywhere it is failing. Why do you want to give it to the state government? Let an independent agency handle this. Let an independent agency take care of the whole thing.
No, Mr. Devesh Thakur, what you say is completely ridiculous.
Our government is incapable.
Mr. Thakur, what you are saying, Mr. Thakur, what you are saying is completely ridiculous.
Politician be involved in this.
No, I'll tell you, Mr. Thakur, why it's ridiculous. Mr. Thakur, 1 second. Can everybody just give me a minute? Mr. Thakur, I'll tell you why what you're saying is unfortunately completely ridiculous, because the only question everybody watching the News Hour tonight will ask, Mr. Devesh Thakur, were you waiting for 22 children to die to take your hands off the scheme? And why didn't you do so far?
Not at all.
Then why didn't you say so early? Now that children have died, you say take your hands off the scheme. That's being opportunistic, Mr. Thakur.
I'm not linking this to the incident.
Of course you are.
We are not linking this to this incident.
Then why didn't you say so earlier? Why didn't you say the scheme has failed? We cannot implement it.
We have said so hundreds of times in the assembly and the council, not once or twice. It's not necessary to say this only on the channel. We have said this. I have said this. It's on record. In the council, we have said this. In the legislative council, and this has been discussed so many times in the assembly.
Who's not
once or twice.
Well, if you have said it, if the CAG has said it, if the planning commission has said it, if the HRD ministry has said it, then why did you let this carry on? It is because of the colossal maladministration that the children have died. That's all.
Not at all. Absolutely. You can say whatever you want. That's not the right thing. You see,
Mr.
It's only. As I said, it is an accident. It's a very. It's a very unfortunate accident. It's very
Manisha,
sad. But that does not mean.
Sorry tomorrow.
Yes, you all have to take onus on the failures.
Okay,
one has to take onus on the failures.
Let's see if the state government does say.
The onus is on us.
Let's see if the government comes out and says sorry. Let's see if Nitish Kumar comes out and takes responsibility. Let's see if the politics stops. We are following the story. But it's an absolute and crying shame that this is happening across the country. And my question to everyone is this: that could all of this have happened without corruption? Could children have been taken for granted without corruption? Would they be fed rubbish and garbage and pesticides without corruption? I think all of us know the answer to that. Thank you very much to my panelists for joining me on that debate. Thank you. And that's it on the News Hour tonight. Before I go, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? We put out the expose on the Railgate phone conversations. Do you think they prove that the CBI went soft on Pawan Bansal in the Railgate case? I'd like to hear from you. That story is being followed along with many others on Times Now. See you tomorrow on the News Hour. Good night and good night.